Epic throwback. Coco Gauff's stunning WTA Finals triumph Party Popper Trophy 2024 highlights rewind. The year 2024 will forever shimmer in the chronicles of women's tennis, a year when Coco Gauff didn't just play the game, she reshaped it. From the opening serves in Doha to the final roars in Cancun, the then 20-year-old American phenom painted her season with strokes of fire, finesse, and unbreakable will. But nothing compared to that 1 week in late October 2024, when the tennis world converged in Cancun, Mexico, for the WTA Finals. The world's top 8 players arrived with glittering resumes, fierce reputations, and the kind of hunger that only champions carry. Yet by the end of the tournament, there stood one name towering above them all. Coco Gauff, the youngest American to claim the WTA Finals title since Serena Williams. It was more than a victory. It was an arrival, the crowning of a queen in the making, the calm before the roar. As the sun set over the Caribbean Sea, the Cancun arena glowed in the humid evening air. Reporters buzzed, fans waved flags, and the world waited to see if Coco's fairy tale year could possibly reach one final crescendo. Gauff entered the tournament ranked world number 3. Fresh off a blistering season that saw her lift titles in Washington, Cincinnati, and most memorably, her maiden Grand Slam at the U.S. Open. But whispers filled the air. Could she handle the mental weight of the finals? Could she topple the veterans who had ruled the circuit for years? Her opening group stage match against Aryna Sabalenka was a statement. Coco didn't just play defense. She danced on the baseline, slicing through the Belarusian's power game with surgical precision. Her 6-4, 6-3 victory was calm, clinical, and breathtaking. The crowd saw it. The commentators felt it. This isn't the same Coco we saw last year, one analyst noted. This is a woman who knows she belongs at the top. The rivalries that defined the week. The group stage became a theater of rivalries. Gauff versus Iga Swiatek, Gauff versus Rybakina, Gauff versus Jabeur. Each match brought drama, electricity, and evolution. Against Swiatek, her old nemesis, Coco entered with a 1-9 head-to-head record. For years, Iga had been her wall. Precise, robotic, relentless. But this time, Coco was different. Under the warm Cancun lights, she unleashed a new version of herself. Bolder on the forehand, smarter on returns, and emotionally poised. After 2 hours and 15 minutes of heart-stopping rallies, Gauff sealed the match with a thunderous cross-court forehand that painted the line. As the ball kissed the clay-colored court, Coco dropped her racket, her eyes glistening. Finally, she whispered, that one wasn't just about revenge. It was symbolic. The passing of a torch, the emergence of a new era. Semi-final showdown, Gauff versus Rybakina. When the semifinals rolled around, Coco faced Elena Rybakina, the Kazakh powerhouse known for her icy composure and bullet serves. Many predicted Rybakina's firepower would overwhelm Gauff's rhythm, but what unfolded was an exhibition of mental strength and defensive artistry. Down 3-5 in the first set, Gauff saved 2 set points with fearless aggression, one with a down-the-line backhand that sliced through the humid night like lightning. The crowd roared, chanting her name rhythmically. Coco, Coco. She went on to steal the set in a tiebreak, 7-6-5, and never looked back. By the second set, her energy was magnetic. Every point an exclamation mark, every smile a declaration of joy. She won 7-6-5, 6-4, punching her ticket to the WTA Finals championship match. Her mother, Candy Gauff, cried in the stands, holding her husband's hand. The Gauff family had always been her anchor, and now they were witnessing their daughter standing at the brink of tennis immortality. Finals night, Coco versus Sabalenka, the rematch. Sunday, November 3rd, 2024. The air crackled with anticipation. Sabalenka, seeking revenge after her earlier group stage loss, was determined to crush the rising star. The world number 1 strode onto the court with her trademark intensity, jaw clenched, eyes blazing. But Coco Gauff looked serene. She had that quiet, almost spiritual calm of someone who'd found her rhythm, her purpose, her destiny. From a very first point, it was a masterclass. Coco's defense wasn't passive, it was poetry. Her counterpunching absorbed Sabalenka's missiles and sent them back with interest. In one rally that lasted 26 shots, Coco turned defense into art, sliding, stretching, then launching a spinning forehand winner that sent the crowd into pandemonium. Even Sabalenka smiled in disbelief. The scoreboard told the story of dominance. 6-3, 6-2. As the final point ended, a Sabalenka forehand sailing wide. Coco felt her knees, tears mixing with sweat. She looked up to the sky, whispering a prayer of gratitude. This is for every little girl who dreams big. The trophy ceremony that followed was one for the ages. Bathed in golden confetti, Coco held the gleaming WTA Finals trophy aloft. Her smile radiant, her heart wide open. The crowd chanted her name, their voices blending with the crashing waves beyond the arena. When she stepped up to the microphone, she took a deep breath and said, "This is for every little girl who dreams big, who's told she's not ready, not strong enough, or not old enough. Keep dreaming, keep fighting, because if you stay true to yourself, anything is possible." The audience erupted. It wasn't just a victory speech. It was a manifesto of belief. The numbers behind the magic. Coco Gauff's WTA Finals win was historic, not just emotionally, but statistically. Age, 20 years, 1 month, one of the youngest champions in finals history. Record, 5-0 during the tournament. Sets dropped, just one. Aces, 27 total. Total points won, 310. But beyond numbers, it was her evolution that mesmerized analysts. Her composure, her decision-making, her unshakable calm, all had matured beyond her years. Former world number 1 Chris Everett summed it up best on ESPN. Coco doesn't just win matches. She transforms them. Legacy in motion. Months after her WTA Finals triumph, the echoes of that victory continue to ripple through the tennis world. Gauff's confidence translated into leadership. She launched mentorship programs for young athletes, funded tennis courts in underprivileged neighborhoods, and used her platform to speak about equality and mental health. Winning that title wasn't the end, she said in a later interview. It was the beginning of what I want to do off the court, to inspire others to chase their dreams fearlessly. A champion of tomorrow, today. The 2024 WTA Finals was more than just a trophy in Coco's cabinet. It was a crystallization of years of sweat, sacrifice, and self-belief. In that golden moment in Cancun, as fireworks exploded above and confetti rained down, Coco stood not as a rising star, but as a supernova, a force of nature who had finally stepped into her own light. Final words. When asked what her favorite moment of that week was, Coco didn't mention the trophy, the applause, or the viral fame. She smiled and said, "It was walking out for the final, hearing the crowd chant my name, and realizing this isn't pressure, this is love." That's Coco Gauff, a champion not just in sport but in spirit. And as the tennis world looks back on 2024, one truth remains clear. It was a year Coco Gauff didn't just win the WTA Finals. She won the world. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.